What's going on, Vikings fans? Welcome in the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and welcome into our instant reaction show to where the Minnesota Vikings absolutely steamrolled the Atlanta Falcons 42-21 in Kirk Cousins' return to US Bank Stadium. And I must say how perfect of a game this was, where Sam Darnold lights it up. Most touchdown passes of his career, and Kirk Cousins returns to the bank. We got a lot to break down on today's show, but quickly, just want to show you guys the raw numbers here from today's game. Funny enough, the Falcons actually outgained the Vikings in this matchup. Almost 500 yards. Almost 500 yards of total offense for Atlanta. And then the Vikings, 433 yards, 23 first downs. 8 of 12 on third down. Fantastic stuff. I mean, you look at all these stats. If I would have showed you this before the game, you would have said the Falcons probably won. The Falcons probably steamrolled them, but that wasn't the case. The Vikings got a big-time victory. This was the best offensive performance of the season for Minnesota. And if you guys are hyped about the win, just give me a SKOL down below in the comments section. Your favorite football team's 11-2. Sam Darnold just played the best game of his career. And if you guys truly think this team could go on and win a Super Bowl this season, just give me a SKOL down below. All right, I want to start off with this. Sam Darnold. Now, we'll show him some love here in a second, but I want to just debunk a ludicrous take I've seen thrown out there. Every other Vikings YouTuber, and I don't mean to call them out when I'm saying this, every other Vikings beat reporter, media member, whatever it may be, they have all been doubling and tripling down that unless Sam Darnold takes this team to the Super Bowl, he has no chance of being the starter next season. Because one, the Vikings will probably get priced out. They think he's going to go sign a $40 million contract. I understand that. And clearly the Vikings have made J.J. McCarthy, the future of this franchise. But if I would have told you, or let's just say in the future, J.J. goes out there and he has a performance like this time next season, we're calling him a top 10 quarterback in the league. You have a top 10 quarterback on your roster. You do not just let him walk out the door. So I get it. It's going to come down to money. It's going to be a very interesting conversation this offseason. But you don't get this production where the guy is 11-2, 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and has really put the team on his back over the last couple of weeks. This isn't a situation where it's like the Detroit Lions, where the Vikings had the best offensive line, the best run game in the league. No, you can't run the football consistently. They were able to today for a little bit, but also shaky O-line play. You lost Christian Darrisaw, and this man is lighting it up. If he wins 1-2 playoff games, I promise you he will be the starting quarterback next season, and I actually think Darnold, he could take a discount to return to the Minnesota Vikings another year under Kevin O'Connell, because my message to Darnold would be, go do this somewhere else. And he's playing his tail off this season. I don't mean it like, hey, you can't do this anywhere else, but truly, you're throwing to the best wide receiver in the league. You have one of the best offensive coaches. You have one of the best coaches in general. I could see him taking a 3-year, $90 million deal, and he returns to the Minnesota Vikings. Just be fully prepared for him to be the starting quarterback next season. Obviously, there's a lot left to be played out this season, but I hate the take that's out there that J.J. McCarthy's our starter. There's nothing else to talk about. Look at what this guy just did. So I'll ask you guys this. Are you buying in to the Sam Darnold play as of late? Is he legit? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no down below in the comment section. All right, let's show some love to the best wide receiver duo in the National Football League. I'll fully declare that today. 8 receptions, 133 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were calling for free 3 early on this year, and 3 has definitely been freed. He had 3 touchdowns today. He was a big play threat. He was a short game threat. Big-time third downs, just consistently over and over again. When the Vikings needed that spark, they found this guy over and over again. Truly one of the best complimentary receivers you could ever ask for this guy right here, Justin Jefferson. You know what's funny about this? 7 receptions, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's just it's just another game. Like, I don't overreact to these performances anymore. I'm not getting up on here saying, man, Jefferson had over 100 yards. Let's pop a bottle of champagne. This is credit to him and the standard he put out there for himself. Because 2 weeks ago in Chicago, he had 2 receptions, 17 yards. What did he say after the game? It's either you got to take away me or the other guys are going to eat. Well, today, everybody ate. Justin Jefferson ate. And that one throw, Sam Darnold escapes the pocket, 50-yard bomb down the field to Justin Jefferson. It was truly absolutely fantastic. 7 targets, 7 receptions, 132 yards. Shout out to him. And, we'll give credit. Aaron Jones, I think he had a little burst back this week, especially early on in that game when the Vikings were running the football a lot more. I thought he looked good, but hey, 13 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown. I'll take that any day of the week from Aaron Jones. I also shout out to Cam Akers as well. He looked pretty good during that game too. But, I think this was the best offensive performance from the Vikings this season. And credit to Kevin O'Connell, Sam Darnold, Jefferson, Addison, Jones, Hockenson. All the weapons were on display. So we'll talk about the defense here in a little bit. But first, I do want to give a massive shout out to today's presenting sponsor, and that is PrizePicks. If you guys download the PrizePicks app today and plug in promo code CLNS, you guys will get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today, use code CLNS, get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Now, what is PrizePicks? PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. Now, if you guys want any more juice to a wild Timberwolves Vikings game, PrizePicks is the #1 way to do so. So download the app today. Get started with them, and when you use promo code CLNS after you play your first $5 lineup, you guys will get $50 instantly. Download the app today. Use code CLNS. Get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. But PrizePicks, run your game. Big old Kirko made his return today, and he's just a shell of himself. I hate saying it. Great dude. It's not about off the field with him. This is all about on the field. He's not the same guy he was with the Minnesota Vikings. He's 36 years old. Coming off a torn Achilles. His career in the NFL as a starter is over after this game because he had 2 interceptions, and now this is 8 interceptions. As we are just getting a report from Raheem Morris after the game, funny enough, Kirk will remain the starter for the rest of the season. Looks like no Michael Penix. Yeah, big doom right there. I'd love to see Penix out there. But, hey, Kirk, 8 interceptions, no touchdowns last 4 games. He had a couple of big-time throws, but just consistently with Kirk, it's not the same guy. And I will give credit to a sneaky Vikings killer here. Darnell Mooney, he had 6 receptions, 142 yards today. He looked good. He killed the Vikings when he was on the Bears, killed them yet again today. So Mooney, he looked good. Now, if I had to give one negative from today's game, it's got to be stopping the run. And Bijan Robinson looked amazing. Now, I will say, I think Bijan is a top 3 running back in the league. If I had to rank my top 4, I'm going to probably go Saquon #1. I'd probably go Gibbs and Bijan 2 and 3, then Derrick Henry at 4. This guy is ultra talented. 22 carries, 92 yards, 4.2 yards per carry. But in total, the Falcons today, 32 carries, 158 yards, 4.9 yards per carry. So this is back-to-back weeks at home. The Vikings have given up 150-plus yards rushing. Now, I don't know if this is Ivan Pace not being there. I don't know if this is people figuring out how to run on the Vikings on early downs because the Vikings heading into last week, they were only giving up about 75 yards a game on the ground. They're the #1 rushing defense in the league. That necessarily hasn't been the case over the last 2 weeks. Again, I'm assuming once Pace comes back, that will change. But still, you were able to get a win today. No Pace. No Stephon Gilmore. Obviously, no Darisaw. You got Josh Oliver back this week, but you're battling injuries, and you were able to have a big-time performance. And, I hate calling this a must-win game, and this is a perfect segue here. But if you wanted any chance to win the NFC North this season, you needed to win this game. And most likely, you're probably going to have to be 14-2 rolling into that game against the Detroit Lions in Week 18. And I think the Vikings are going to be 14-2, rolling into that game. I'm not going to call anything right now, but that game will be for the #1 seed in the NFC. That will be for the NFC North title, and I cannot wait for that matchup. So you guys let me know. Will the Vikings, can't believe I'm asking this, will the Vikings win the NFC North? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no down below in the comments section. And also, guys, I'm on Twitter. @PatSeeps is the Twitter handle. Give me a follow over there. I'll give you guys a follow right back, but what a win. What a game for our Minnesota Vikings. Sam Darnold. Game ball goes to you, sir. But thank you guys so much for watching today's show. As always, SKOL Vikes.